Hello guys. So in this lecture we are going to understand integer and float data types in Python. But before starting, I would request you to please help me in helping you to clear your doubts and your errors. Whenever you are programming, there are many times people will find some error, and they might find also difficult to understand what the mistakes they are doing in the you can say programming scripts. So let's say for example I am giving you an example of a print hello world script. So let's say print hello world. So as you can see that the error is shown over on the right hand side top corner of the PyCharm screen editor. And let's say you're not able to understand what is the error over here. So for that purpose you are executing this file, and then you are getting this warning message or the error message. Even in this case you are not able to solve, so what you can do? Okay, so for a time being I have already commented this error sample on my YouTube channel Finalytic Pro. So just make sure copy the code. Either it is a only one line code or it is a multiple line code. Please copy the entire code. If it is not confidential, then go to the channel, go to the channel and type over here hashtag code, shift enter and paste it. Again in the new line type hashtag error in Python in the manner how I am typing. Now go to the PyCharm, copy the error or the warning message, come to the command box and hit paste, Control V, and then hit this comment button. So whenever I am tracking my YouTube channel statistic, I am also going to track the comment box as well, so that it gives me an opportunity whether the people are understanding the programming codes and they are practicing or not, and as well as it will give me an opportunity to clear your doubt either in the comment section or in the upcoming videos. Okay, so please follow this process so that you can brush your skills in a better manner. Okay, so let's start. So the topic name I told you is understanding integer and float data type in Python. Starting with integer or int. What is integer? Integer are nothing but a number without decimal point. It can be positive, it can be negative. So let's say I am defining a variable positive and assigning a value integer which is 15,000. Now I am printing this same positive number in the console. Okay, so in the console you can see the 15,000 number is been shown. Let's say I am changing it to 20,000. As you can see the number has changed to 20,000. Now let's try to identify the data type of this positive number. So I am again using print function and passing type function as a parameter, and inside type function I am passing positive number variable as a parameter. Once I execute this file, it will show the type of data stored in positive number. So as you can see, it shows that it is an integer. Now let's see about something about negative number. So let's say I am using negative number as minus 2 to 20,000. Printing this negative number, and simultaneously here I am identifying the type of this negative number. So as you can see, both the variables are showing data type of integer. So from this we can conclude integer are the number without decimal point, and it can be negative or positive. Now let's check with one more concept. Let's say there is a 20,000 stored as a string. Let's say the topic name I would like to give converting string into int. So let's say I am storing number is equal to a string data type, passing inside the string only numeric characters. Now let's say I am trying to identify the type of data. Okay, so as you can see, the last output which is shown in the console is showing that the number data type is string. Let's now try to convert this string into integer. So convert int is equal to, let's say here as of now I am just passing number, and again now printing the type of data stored in converted into int. As you can see, the last output which is shown in the console is showing string data type. What if I use the int function in this manner? Int parenthesis open parenthesis close, between this int function I am passing this number. Now let's see what will be shown in the console as a last line output. Most probably it will show integer. Yes, the output is integer. So int function can be used to convert string into integer. But what if I type a 15,000? Will it convert? Let's see. Okay, so the error line 20, error is in 20th line. So in 20th line we are having this int number which is converting to integer. What it said, invalid literal for int with base 10 a 15,000. So basically when we are trying to convert string into integer, we have to make sure that the string should be numeric. It should not be alphanumeric. Now again I am removing the a and executing this file. Okay, so I am providing the explanation when converting the string to number, the string, not number but int, must be numeric. So let's say alpha underscore numeric is equal to a 15,000, and as of now I am also using this convert to int, and also adding one additional phrase alphanumeric converted into int, and passing comment so that it should not throw error during this lecture. You may try to experiment with this line number 19 and 20th line number code so that you can have a better understanding. Okay, so this was the only about integer. Now let's go with float. So let's start. What is float? I am just copying this explanation. Number with decimal point. Let's check whether it can be negative or it can be positive. So for a financial example, I would like to give interest underscore rate is equal to, let's say, 10.5%. Okay, when defining interest rate, avoid using this percentage sign, because as you can see, once I have inserted the percentage sign at the end, the error is coming in this top corner of this editor on the right hand side. So avoid using percentage side sign. Instead use something like divide by 100, or as of now IR is equal to 0.105. Now what if I try to print interest rate? Okay, it is showing 10.5. I am trying to print IR. Yes, it is showing 0.0, oh, sorry, 0.105. So as you can see, they are a decimal number. Now let's try to identify the type of data that interest rate in line number 34 stored within itself. So the code is print. Inside print function I am passing type function, and inside type function I am passing interest rate. So the last line of output showing class type float. Okay, so this was float, but one more thing, as we want to conclude whether the float can be negative or positive. So let's check. I am taking only an example of negative interest rate is equal to minus 10.5, and printing negative interest rate in console. Yes, it is showing negative as a 10.5. Let's try to identify the type. Negative number, sorry, not negative number, it is negative interest rate. So as you can see, float can be also negative or it can be positive, but the only thing it should have is a decimal point. So let's try now converting this string into float. And yes, we will also try to convert this interest rate into integer at the end of this lecture. So first start, let's say number. Hopefully the number is properly defined. Yes. Let's check whether we can convert the string into float. Float underscore number is equal to float, passing number as a parameter. Now printing this float number. So yes, it has not gave any error in the console and converted this 15,000 into decimal number of 15,000.0. Okay, and also remember in a similar manner that the string should not be alphanumeric suits for float as well. If there is an alphanumeric string that you want to convert into float number, it will throw an error. Now let's try to convert float into integer and integer into float. Okay, so as of now I am directly printing in the console, let's say int, and passing this float as a parameter inside int function. So yes, okay, there is some error. I want to use interest rate. So yes, as you can see, the interest rate was 10.5, but in the console, the last line output it shows 10. In a similar manner, we can convert integer into float. Print, let's say float, and passing positive number. So as you can see, the positive number which we have used earlier was 20,000 and now it become 20,000.0. So with this, we end our session. Do remember to comment your doubts and error in the comment section. And in the next lecture, we are going to perform some mathematical operations. Okay, so stay tuned for the next lectures as well.